we have a superpower, I would say. Right? Our superpower really is our ability to envision what's possible with our clients in a manner that makes them comfortable, but ultimately informs the investment that they're making in the technology itself.
The prototyping work that we do too as well, pays huge dividend for people in terms of just being able to see the solution before we've gone ahead and had to build it.
Right.
Yeah, and it saves a lot of money, right? Because we're able to iterate on these solutions through these prototypes without building first and then having to go back and correct. I think in terms of, like you said, aligning stakeholders, it's even validating with users, which is something that we like to do too. So, Salesforce has dashboards. They have ways that you can visualize information. But how can we help you know, what is the work that you need to do today?
A lot of our experience in working with different platforms actually helps us with Salesforce, because you have people who just work in Salesforce and that's all they know. And so they look at everything through the lens of how can I solve this from Salesforce, and versus coming in and saying, some parts of this might be great to solve in Salesforce. Some parts of it, we might want to look at another system.
I feel like that's where we really come in. A lot of people start with the sales portion of it or the money portion of it in terms of, for a nonprofit, and they just start adding and adding and adding to it. And then they come in we have this giant mess of a system, help us.
Salesforce is a massive platform, so it's a very expensive tool. There's a lot to do there, but if you don't have someone who really understands how to take that business process and turn it into software, it's just a big pile of screens that doesn't really help anyone.
I think what's great about working with LookThink is that we really bring value immediately, and we're able to demonstrate a vision for the client by laying out kind of an end-to-end solution for them up front with very little time investment. We are able to show them what's possible and then take that and carry that into Salesforce.
I think it's a bit of a sort of micro versus macro view as well. We're not just looking at Salesforce or that specific platform. We're looking at the business as a whole, the industry, other systems, and how that all ties together.
There are agencies that will build out full custom solutions, but may not be maintainable. And LookThink excels, I think, in finding that balance between out of the box and custom, what meets the business needs, but is also maintainable by the business long term.
The businesses that we work with are evolving all the time. They need to be able to adapt Salesforce as their businesses change. And that's where we can help them set up a system that's easier to maintain, so they can do more of that on their own.
A big part of our work with clients and working with the users is to shadow them. So we get down, we watch them work, we understand the tasks and goals that they're trying to achieve, and we, ultimately use that to influence our solution and how we proceed.
One of my favorite things to see at a client is when you go look at their monitor and you see Post-it notes all around the monitor of all the workarounds that they have to remember, because that's a big opportunity for us to go in and fix all of these workarounds that people have kind of inherited in the system.
All the more reason why these really, really important systems need to be designed in a manner that are, fairly intuitive. You can't count on the person next to you to be able to explain to you, how do I do this again? I don't understand. Those sorts of workarounds are sort of our bread and butter, uncovering those and resolving them.
It's amazing when you're actually on the ground with people. These are hard jobs. And us making those jobs easier is a real service to them.
No, I think all the things that we just touched on are really a core element to the value that we bring, right? An objective outside point of view that helps folks to essentially untangle to some degree and smooth out and optimize what they already have has proven to be extremely valuable for our customers. And I know it's what excites them time and time again.